I had that cracking session again yesterday. You worked really hard. I've no doubt you were tired at the end of it. You had a lot of balls there during your session yesterday. Let's have a little look at your swing from face on. Much better stance, as we said. I mean, there was a couple of things yesterday we discussed that I never in my life thought I'd have to discuss with you. One was that your stance was getting too wide. Normally you're very narrow. And the other was that the ball was getting too far back. Obviously we've had issues in the past where the ball gets too far forward, but it's nice to actually warn you about the ball getting too far back in your stance. So a little bit of attention to the width of your stance and your ball position. Having said that, the key thing is to make sure that the hands don't get too far forward and that the grip doesn't get too strong. We can see there that the hands are in a nice position here, so the back of the left hand is in line with the left thigh. And then just before you take the club away, there's a tendency to just push that club forward, which is forcing the takeaway a little bit too much on the inside. Maintaining your centres very well on the way back. Good move into the golf ball. A little bit of a loss of height, but we'll work on that as we go. A good extension at that point, but then the club is closing down and the shaft working left too quickly. And we showed you some footage of Grant Waite where one of the things we spoke about was the fact that in his through swing the shaft won't be like this, it will be more in this position. So the rate at which the club face is closing and the rate at which the shaft is working left is reduced. So if we look at what that looks like down the line, handle gets a little bit too far forward at setup. That's going to force the club back on the inside, which results in that flat, and the shut position is due to the grip being too strong. Then as we come through, we've got to get a little bit of loft on the club, which is why we lose that height. Start to drop back in an attempt to open it up, and then there's a lot of club face rotation as you come through there. You can see the toe passing the heel. As we come through, club exits very high, and we can actually see, we just bring that out a little bit, we can actually see the back of the club head at this point. So there we can see the back of the club head as you come through impact. So what we then decided to do, or what we explained to do, was we needed to work a little bit more on, get rid of the magnifying glasses, a little bit more on quieting the hand action down, explaining again that there was no need to release it. We've altered the ball position slightly, and we explained the effects that has on the starting direction of your shot. We can see now with a longer club that the takeaway is not quite as much on the inside. At the top of the backswing, we're still shut. We'll work on that again as we go. However, as we come through now, we're going to be much quieter with the hands. Much better move at that point. Much less of a loss of height. As we come through, much quieter, club face not closing down as quickly. We can see the starting direction of that shot is very good as well. And then as we come through impact now, we just take a little look as the club comes through. We're not seeing the back of the club anymore. So here we have too much closure on the club face on the way through, and here we have less closure on the club on the way through. So the key thought for you is to do nothing with the club as you come through impact. Do nothing with the hands. Let the arms and let the club just come through nicely. The drill that you need to work on is hitting some 8 irons, keeping the arms straight in the finish. Make some 3/4 swings, finish at chest height, arms and club out in front of you, and let's just calm down that rate of closure. That's a massive improvement between top right and bottom right in the space of approximately 45 minutes. So great work, massive improvement in your ball strike, and when we went back to the club I watched you on the first tee and the swing you made looked great. So you can keep that up, you'll progress nicely, ready for the coming season. Well done, and I'll see you again in a week or so's time.